Thank you. Thank you very much. So just a brief introduction about TechSoup, why it exists and what the program offers. So TechSoup itself is a registered not-for-profit organization that is registered in San Francisco in the US. And what they do is that they act as a bridge between nonprofits and tech companies, whereby they do go in and negotiate for a discount to nonprofits, for nonprofit organizations. So they act as a bridge between nonprofits and Microsoft nonprofits and Bitdefender nonprofits and Zoom, so that nonprofits, for nonprofits to get these offerings is very affordable for them. Some of these products may be pricey, considering nonprofits. Some do not have those big IT spending or budgets to invest in their IT. And so these tech companies do provide these offerings that are subsidized. Some are free, some are subsidized at a subsidized cost, so that nonprofits are also not left behind in terms of technology. They do have the latest technology at an affordable cost, and the savings that they make by buying this software from TechSoup goes back to their mission and objectives. So we have partnered with software companies such as Microsoft, Bitdefender, Asana for project management. We have Zoom for video conferencing, which is also what we are using today. Which other partner? We have Box for storage of documents. We have Autodesk for organizations that deal with construction and need 3D designs. There are quite a number of tech companies that we've partnered with. We also do offer courses. We do have courses that are structured to maybe organization objectives. Maybe I can just mention a few, and my colleagues, Hosea or Angeline, will include the links in the chat box. We do have courses on resource mobilization, or on fundraising, on writing proposals, on creating social media accounts for your nonprofit, and how you can offer visibility to that. And other than that, we also have courses geared to Microsoft applications, but only Microsoft cloud applications. So software on how to use Teams, how to create a Teams channel, how to set up a call or a webinar using Teams, courses on using Power BI Pro, which is a Microsoft software for data analysis, courses on using Microsoft Word Online, Microsoft PowerPoint Online, Microsoft Excel Online. There are quite a number, and I think my colleagues will include them when you get some in the chat box. When you get some time, just feel free to go through the courses link. We also do have in-house IT consultants that can help you in your digital transformation journey. You can just get in touch with us for a free consultation. You can let us know your concerns regarding IT in your organization, and we can offer solutions or recommend solutions on how you can go digital and move to the cloud. I'm saying move to the cloud because I think that is where we are headed. That is the future. In part of the changes that I mentioned in line with Microsoft strategy, part of the changes includes Microsoft eventually moving everyone from on-premise software to cloud software. On-premise being that it is a one-time purchase, you just buy the product once and you use it for life. And cloud being a recurring subscription, an annual subscription that you need to pay every year. But of course, both of them have their pros and cons, but I think we'll get to that later on. So we'll go through the Microsoft products that are available to nonprofits. Microsoft on-premise software specifically, both donated and discounted software. So what is currently available as of today is Microsoft on-premise software, and under that category you have the donated software and the discounted software. So by on-premise, again, as I mentioned, it is a one-time purchase. So you pay once and you're done. There are no recurring costs to it. You download and install the applications to your laptop or desktop. So it is not available in the cloud through the browser. You must download them to your desktop. So for organizations that probably have for organizations that are not ready to move to cloud, you may want to consider the on-premise option. And then you also get free patches and updates between version releases. So Microsoft releases a new version about every 2 years. So after 2019, we now have 2021, and then probably we will have 2023 in the near future. So every 2 years they release a new version, and with that you get a purchase if the software came with a hitch, you get a free patch and update to that. So we do have, under the on-premise, we do have the donated and discounted donated option and discounted option. The main difference would be that with the donated, there is a limit in terms of the number of licenses that you can purchase. With the donated, you can get up to 50 licenses, but with the discounted, you get unlimited number of licenses. So let's say you wanted 100 Office standard licenses. So you can only get 50 as a donation, and the price for the 50 licenses under the donation category is highly subsidized. For example, Office standard is for organizations outside Kenya, it is about $36 if I'm not wrong. And for organizations in Kenya, it is about 4,115 Kenya shillings for one license. So you multiply that by the number of licenses that you require. So if you need 100, you can get 50 as a donation, and then whereby you're making savings of up to 90%. And then the other 50, you can go the discounted way, whereby you can get an unlimited number of licenses, but the price is different. The price is a bit higher compared to the donated. So you make savings of up to 90% with the donated option and 60 to 75% with the discounted option. So if the same Microsoft standard product as a donation is about $36, you will probably get it as a discount in the discounted category at maybe 36, probably $100. Probably $100 for the discounted option of the same product. But the good thing is that with the discounted, you get an unlimited number of licenses. In both of them, they have the administration fee, of which I've said in the donated, it is slightly cheaper, and in the discounted, it is a bit higher, but still less expensive than the market price. The discounted, as much as you make savings of 60 to 75%, we are still cheaper than the market price. The donated, another key feature is that with the donated, it is mostly standard level products for small to mid-sized nonprofits. So most softwares that have the name standard at the end of it, like Office standard, Microsoft project standard, that is under the donated category, but discounted are considered to be premium or professional products, such as Office Professional Plus, SQL Server Enterprise. Also anything with the word enterprise or professional will fall under the discounted category. These are the discounted are software that are really considered to be of high value, and so that are mainly used by the larger nonprofits, and that's why they are under the discounted category. Also, the donated software currently do not include software assurance. Software assurance means that you can get a free upgrade when a new release comes out. So if you were to buy, previously that wasn't the case. Again, this also happened last year in line with Microsoft changes. Before this, you could buy Office Standard, let's say 2016. And if 2019 comes out, because Office Standard used to have software assurance previously. So if 2019 comes out, you could get it for free as an upgrade. So you wouldn't have to come back to TechSoup to buy it, to buy Office Standard 2019. You will just get it in your volume licensing portal as a free upgrade. But now, as of January of this year, the donated software do not have software assurance anymore. So you only get the latest version. Previously, you could also download, you could also downgrade. If you had Office 2019, you could downgrade to Office 2016. You could also get Office 2013. But now, as of January of this year, actually, apologies, I forgot to start recording. We were to record this and share after the webinar. So just allow me to stop share and record first. Oh, sorry, I think it's being recorded. Probably one of my colleagues started it. Thank you for that. Was there, do you mind? Thank you very much. So for the discounted in terms of software assurance, you do have two options of getting the software with software assurance or getting the product without software assurance. So as a bundle, you can either get it by itself without software assurance, or you can buy it together with software assurance according to your preference. So currently, as of today, those are the two Microsoft on-premise donated and discounted options available to nonprofits. So donated and discounted, donated being for standard level products and has a limit of 50 licenses, and discounted being for premium or professional or enterprise products with unlimited number of licenses. So we'll start with the Office Standard 2021. We'll just go through its features, which is very basic. I'm sure most of us use, or most of these applications in our organizations and in our day-to-day work. So we do have Excel. The whole Office Standard suite has all these applications except for one, which will come to it. So it has Excel, which is a spreadsheet application for data analysis and visualization tools. We do have OneNote for note-taking. We do have Outlook. Outlook is the one that comes with your calendar, your email, and your contacts. We do have PowerPoint for presentation. We do have Publisher for publishing of programs within your organization, and also Word, Microsoft Word, which I think should be self-explanatory. So what doesn't come with the Office Standard suite is Access. Access is not part of this, but Access is part of Office Professional Plus. But for you also to make savings by getting Office Standard and you still want Access, because some organizations still use Access, we do sell it as a standalone, as in the donated category, so it is highly subsidized. So you can opt to take Office Standard plus Access so that you make the whole suite an Office Professional Plus, instead of buying Office Professional Plus at a discounted, which is quite pricey. It is, I think, between $100 to $180 for one license. But if you get Office Standard, which is about $36, plus Access, which should be maybe $15, you see still that cannot in no way get to the $100 price for Office Professional Plus. So that's an option that you can consider if you wanted access as part of your Office applications. And then we'll move to the benefits of Office Standard, just in short, comparing what the latest version has compared to the previous, maybe 2019 or 2016 version, which we'll just go through very quickly as they are not quite a lot. But one of them being that it has a real-time co-authoring in Microsoft Word, Microsoft Excel, and Microsoft PowerPoint. Co-authoring, real-time co-authoring simply means that more than one person can work on the same document at the same time. So I myself can be working on a certain slide in a PowerPoint presentation, and my colleague Angeline can be working on the same PowerPoint slide, but in a different section. So that is what co-authoring means. But the catch with co-authoring in Office 2021 is that if you want the co-authoring or collaboration option, you must save your document in OneDrive. OneDrive is a Microsoft application for storage of documents, whereby you're able to store your documents in the cloud. So if you have a personal OneDrive account, which should be free, a personal OneDrive account, and you're not fully ready to move to cloud, but you would like the OneDrive option only, you can take that route, take Office Standard 2021. You'll have all the applications that we mentioned in the previous slide. And if you save your document in the OneDrive and share it with your colleagues who also could be having their personal OneDrive accounts, you can be able to collaborate on a document. Also in Office Standard 2021, you'll be able to see who is in the document at the same time as you. And also it has a revision history for accountability purposes. So you'll be able to see who has changed what section of the document and what exactly they changed in the document. Another exciting application that came with Office Standard 2021 that is not in 2019 or 2016 is that now of Microsoft Teams is part of the applications that come with Office Standard 2021. So previously you couldn't get Microsoft Teams as a standalone. You had to get the whole Microsoft 365 suite and then use the Teams applications. But now it is part of Office Standard 2021 on-premise. It does come together with the Words, the Excels, the Publisher, the OneNote, the applications that we mentioned in the previous slide now has Microsoft Teams with it. So that is something something good, something exciting that came about with Office Standard 2021. So those, we will say are the three major differences that came with Office Standard 2021 compared to the other versions. I can just pause there first before we proceed to the next slide and see if anyone has any questions. Again, thank you for the introductions. If you've just joined, it's not too late for you to still introduce yourself and let us know which organization you're from. My colleague has also included the courses link in the chat. You can just copy and paste it in your browser, and then you can reference it to it at a later time. So I'll just continue to the next slide and feel free again to unmute if you have a question or a comment or a concern. Okay, so I'll now go to the changes that are currently happening with Microsoft We have been doing, we've done webinars, I think 2 webinars previously regarding the changes, communicating these changes, because they'll greatly affect you guys. They'll greatly affect all nonprofits in the whole world. It's not only in Africa, in East Africa, or this region only. It will be the whole world. These changes will happen globally. We started the first webinar in December, and we had another last month in February. And so this is the 3rd webinar where we are communicating the changes. You remember among the first slides, and on-premise, Microsoft on-premise software, we did have the donated category and the discounted category. But now you see the donated category is not there. We only have Microsoft on-premise discounted category. As of April 4th, the date is on the subject on top there. As of April 4th, this year, 2022, that's in a month or so, the donated products will no longer be available to nonprofits. So the software that you're making savings of up to 90% will no longer be available as of April 4th, 2022. So you'll only have the discounted option available to nonprofits, whereby we say the price is a bit higher. Actually, it's usually 3 to 4 times higher compared to the donated category. So that's something that we wanted to communicate to all our nonprofits, and to just let you know and to urge you that you leverage on what is available right now under the donated category. You can just go to your respective TechSoup websites. If you're in Ethiopia, just go to the TechSoup Ethiopia website and go to the catalog section, and then you'll see Microsoft products that are donated. They've been written Microsoft donated products. Just go scroll and see if there's anything that you would like to purchase before April 4th, because now from then on the price will be higher. But also it is part of Microsoft's strategy to eventually migrate organizations to the cloud, because in the long run, you will end up to see that going the cloud way would be cheaper than the on-premise way. Because again, with the on-premise, when a new version or release, I said, is out, you would need to go back to your reseller. If it is maybe TechSoup Kenya, you will need to come back to us and get a new release. So currently we are using, currently Office Standard 2021 is what we are selling. And if Office Standard 2023 later on comes out, then you will have to go back to your reseller and purchase Office Standard 2023. But if you go the cloud way, you have the latest version of Office. Everything is updated by Microsoft for you on your behalf. So there's nothing for you to do whenever you open your machine and something new has been updated by Microsoft. They communicate that to you and you have new features. So no need for you to do manual updates or for you to go back and buy a new version for you to upgrade to it. So that's the main Microsoft change that we wanted to communicate, which is donated software being no longer available as of April 4th, and we will only have the discounted. Another change is that, let's see what I have in the next slide. Okay, this will be the last slide, but another change that I can mention for TechSoup members who've purchased Microsoft products before is that, you used to download your on-premise software on the volume licensing portal by Microsoft. So you will buy, let's say, Windows operating system from TechSoup, and you access the product key and the installation setup through VLSC, Volume Licensing Center or Volume Licensing Portal. That is no longer the case as of January of this year. So any software that you purchase now, going forward, you will access it through Microsoft 365 Administration Center. So for example, let's say after this webinar, you go back and realize that maybe you don't have genuine software, maybe you don't have a licensed Office standard, and you would like to take advantage of the current price before April 4th, and you decide to buy it, let's say next week. So for you to download and access the key, you will need to create a Microsoft account. You will need to create a Microsoft account on the Microsoft for Nonprofit website. I'll just, after I stop sharing this, I'll just include the Microsoft for Nonprofit website link in the chat, and also share it after this webinar as we share the presentation. So you'll have to go to the Microsoft for Nonprofit website. You register your organization there. If you're a TechSoup member, the registration form is very similar. It just asks for basic information, an approximation of your annual operating budget, number of staff, organization, mission, your physical address, basic information. So you submit that registration form, and you'll receive a message from Microsoft saying that they've sent your registration to TechSoup, which is their validation partner. So TechSoup is the only organization in the world that does validation for Microsoft. So other than us being a Microsoft cloud reseller, we also do validations on behalf of Microsoft. By validation, it just means due diligence to ascertain that indeed you are a legally registered nonprofit in your country, because we do have for-profit organizations, the government, banks, corporates, trying to access these deals and these products, but unfortunately we cannot sell it to them. So, and Microsoft being all over the world, probably they do not have the resource or capacity to do the validations, and so they've given us that work to do it for them. And so as we can ascertain that we know of this organization, we've gone through their website, we've gone through their certificate of registration, their tax documents, we know of their mission, we can even go a step further and ask for your constitution. And so we then later on let Microsoft know that so-and-so nonprofit is indeed eligible to receive Microsoft Cloud products. So you will be validated on that front, and then go back to the TechSoup website and now place the order of your on-premise software. If it is Windows operating system, if it is Office standard, you place the order there. Now, just how we used to do it before, you place the order, add your quantity, check out the cart, and place the order. We then send you an email in 24 hours with instructions on how you will access your software. So with instructions on how you will access it through the Microsoft 365 Admin Center. So all your Microsoft Cloud licenses and all your Microsoft on-premise licenses will now be in one interface or in one portal, which is the Microsoft 365 Administration Center. So we send you a guide and all details on how you'll access your license, how you'll access and download your on-premise software. So that's also a major change that happened. And even after April 4th, that will still remain. If you opt to take any of the on-premise, Microsoft on-premise discounted software, you'll still have to go through that route for you to access your software. Yeah, so those were the major changes that we wanted to pass across. We really do urge you to take advantage of the current donated pricing before April 4th, because you will stand to make savings of up to 90% as you think about transitioning your organization to the cloud, because I think there's no way we are escaping that in the near future. I think I can now take any questions. See, there are a few questions. Marcelina, hi, my very good friend Marcelina. Greetings from Tanzania. I will be glad to receive the slides. Yes, we'll share the slides as well as the recording, probably tomorrow. And then there's one from Anthony. Hello, Anthony. Is there a way one can deploy Office 2019 in an Active Directory environment? And question 2, do we have any other way of installing Office 2019 instead of the command line we set up configuration? Yeah, I know the Office 2019 setup is completely different from previous versions. And the previous versions were just clicking next, 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 and you're good to go. But with 2019, you do need to use the command prompt and a few other probably complicated configurations that needs probably a bit of IT expertise or knowledge. And so currently, to answer your question number 2, Anthony, there's no other way currently for you to install Office 2019. It's only the command line option. And then for the first question, I don't know if my colleague Hosea would be able to attend. Hosea is a technical person here at KCDF. Hosea, would you be in a position to answer whether one can deploy Office 2019 in an AD environment?
Yes, thank you, Lydia, for that introduction. Going straight to the question 1 about possibility of deploying Office 2019 at the directory. Currently, that's not possible, and this is because of the way Microsoft has done with 2019. Some of the basic installation specification, it can only learn at when installing on Windows 10, which is a click to learn way, and or using Windows Server that is only 2016, and from 2016 and the newer version that is 2016 and 2019. That's the only way you can installation. But in terms of deploying on AD, which is Active Directory, that's not possible. Again, on touching on question number 2, current way of installation of Office 2019 through the command line. Apparently, Microsoft have removed the traditional way of installation, where we used to install through the MSI, where you used to just click and then the graphical user interface just follow. It's not possible anymore. However, because of the restriction of internet, the installation, which is a challenge to some of the organization, what we do is use only the configuration way, the command line way. That's the only provided and official way of installation. But once you install the file, there is a way you can install to the rest of your computers using the downloaded files via maybe a network. You can share that folder on a network, and instead of downloading from the internet, the rest of the installation would be downloading from the network share that you share on that folder. So apparently that is the official way of the installation. I'm not sure if I've answered Anthony, the question that he had. Maybe he can unmute himself and maybe even ask more question if you are able to respond to that.
Anthony, are you satisfied with the answer, or would you like a session with Hosea to discuss further? Anthony, we see you're unmuted, but we can't hear you. Oh, okay, so thank you for the response. All right, you're welcome. There's a question about operating Windows from Boaz. So Windows, we currently do not have Windows operating system. As of the last time that we had it was December of last year, and it's been out of stock ever since. But communication is that we will have it back in stock in April 4th. And the good thing is that Windows operating system will remain as a donation. So it will not move to the discounted category like Office Standard. So the Windows operating system will remain as a donation, and we will have it back in stock as of April 4th this year. Once you have it back in stock, we'll be able to communicate with the partners for you to be able to purchase it. Then we have Ken Kitonga from Mary said you've registered but haven't been validated. Mawa Methodist Hospital, thank you for letting us know the name of the organization. We'll review it and get back to you. But also just to mention that all these tech companies have their own way of selecting what sort of nonprofit is eligible for which product. What I mean is that you can get, maybe just an example, a nonprofit that works with maybe children or the youth. You can maybe find out that they are eligible for a Microsoft product, but maybe they are not eligible for Zoom. So you will find that probably not all nonprofits are eligible for all TechSoup products. When you register with TechSoup, it doesn't mean that you're eligible for all the software available in the category. So for Maua, I think you've mentioned that you're a faith-based hospital. Unfortunately, as much as we're a nonprofit hospitals are not eligible for any Microsoft product, be it on-premise, be it cloud, but you will find out that maybe you can benefit from Bitdefender or from Zoom or from Asana. But so we'll be able to review your account and advise on which software you would be eligible for. So also that's something else that you also wanted to put across, or maybe you may find that an organization that does advocacy work is maybe not eligible. So as you register and you tell us what your organization does, we'll be able to assign the correct validity for you, and you'll be able to see which products you are eligible for. We have Thomas. ACTV Uganda has joined TechSoup and would like to receive some donated products, especially Office Standard. For the start, is it possible to get up to 10 licenses free as it plans on purchasing more licenses, including Microsoft Windows 10 Pro? So unfortunately, currently the on-premise software, we call them a donation, but it doesn't mean that they are completely free. We call them a donation because what we charge is a small administrative fee. Like the Office Standard is only $36. The market price for Office Standard would be maybe the $100 to $200 for one. So $100 compared to $36, you see the savings that you're making. So that's why we are not, as much as we say it's a donation, it is not completely free. We just charge the small administrative fee for our day-to-day running here at TechSoup. So you won't be able to get them for free, but it will be highly subsidized. But an option that you could consider would maybe going the cloud way. There's a, if I share the link, okay, let me see. Let me just share a link on, and probably you can also save it, but we'll also share it in the email communication when you're sending the recording. As part of the Microsoft 365 cloud software, we do some have that are completely free, that are $0, and you don't pay anything during time of renewal. We do have one specifically. Let me just share my screen and we can since we have maybe 10 minutes left, we can just go through what I mean. We do have a plan called, so this link is what I've shared in the chat. We have small and mid-sized nonprofits, and we also have the large nonprofit section, which is mostly the enterprise versions. The E here, Office 365 E1, E3, E5 stands for enterprise. So for large nonprofits with I think 300 and more users. But small and mid-sized nonprofits with less than 300 users, we do have these 3 plans: the business basic, the business standard, and the business premium. So you'll see that the business basic is completely free. It is a grant. When they write their grant, it means it is completely free. You'll see there's no cost attached to it compared to the other plans. And with this, you'll be able to get all the all the applications that come with Office 365. That is the Word, PowerPoint, Excel. You'll only have online versions of those. You'll not be able to download those on your desktop, but you'll also have the Outlook bit whereby you can access your emails on the browser. You'll also have SharePoint, you'll have OneDrive, and you'll have Teams as well. OneDrive comes with 1 terabyte of storage per user. So everyone in your organization will get 1 terabyte worth of storage for you to store your documents and for collaboration purposes. So the difference between the free plan and the paid plans, the difference between business basic, business standard, and business premium is that with the paid ones, which are business standard and business premium, you are able to download Office applications to your desktop. So instead of coming to TechSoup and getting Office standard, the on-premise one, which is a one-off payment, but also in the long run, do not forget that when a new release comes out, you will need to come back and purchase. With these two, you're able to download Office applications to your desktop. So other than having the online version of Office applications, you'll also have a desktop version so that if you do not have internet or your internet is intermittent, you can still work offline on your documents. And so currently we have an offer ongoing, which has been going on for the last few years since Microsoft launched this cloud licenses. The promotion that we have currently is the Microsoft 365 Business Premium, the last column on the page that we are on that has best value in blue. So Microsoft 365 Business Premium comes again with everything that is in business standard. You will download Office applications to your desktop. You also have the online version. You can access your emails on the browser, anywhere you are and on any device. An addition to Business Premium that the rest do not have is what we call Enterprise Mobility Security. In short, we call it EMS. So with Enterprise Mobility Security, it is for enhanced security features. So you have configurations for that you can invite us for us to configure for you, so that you're not able to receive spam emails, because we understand that they can become annoying, and also they can be a threat, because if anyone clicks on those phishing emails, then you are at risk, or it means that someone has hacked your email account. So we can come in and configure those features for you. And it also has Intune for mobile devices. So if you have mobile devices that are issued by the organization, we also come in to configure that. Also configurations such as you don't want someone to go to a cyber and download a document from there. You want someone to only work on their device, only a device that is issued by the organization, and not any other device, not their personal computer, not a cyber computer. So we also come in to ensure that those configurations are in place. So it is a very premium product that goes for $5 per user per month. But we have an offer ongoing for 10 free licenses. So for the organization in Uganda, if probably you will consider moving to cloud, you can maybe opt for this option whereby you get 10 free licenses in your organization for your staff. And then you can opt to pay for the remainder of the licenses if you have more than 10 people in your organization. This is also good for organizations with less than 10 employees. So if you're a small nonprofit with 5 employees, you can consider this route because there's no cost attached to it. The licenses are completely free, and we only come in and charge you for setting it up and email migration. We also do offer email migration services. So probably you can consider this option. What else have I left out? Oh yes, you can have a mix and match of the licenses. So if you have a limited budget and say you have 100 employees in your organization, you can take both Business Basic, which is completely free, and Microsoft 365 Business Premium, the 10 free licenses. So because of the enhanced security features that come with Business Premium, you can maybe assign those licenses to the key people in your organization, or maybe the management or the staff that deal with sensitive data, maybe the HR, the finance manager, the executive director or CEO. You can assign them the Business Premium licenses. So if you are 100, you can get 10 free Business Premium licenses, and then the other 90, you can assign them Business Basic, only that they won't be able to download Office applications to their desktop. But if they have maybe Office standard installed, if they purchased it maybe from TechSoup or any other reseller, then they would need Business Basic just for their emails and for collaboration on OneDrive. You can also mix all of them. You can have some on Business Basic, some on Business Standard, some on Business Premium. You can have even some on Business Basic and some on maybe Office 365 E3. You can have a mix and match of the licenses. So also to mention, what else? Yeah, I think that will be it from me. Jose, if I've left anything out, just feel free to chime in. And also you're free to ask your questions.
Yes,
yes.
Yes, I think there's a question on the chat from Thomas. You can address
Thomas,
that.
$3. So $3 is the cost for a Microsoft 365 Business Standard. So I mentioned that Business Basic is completely free for up to 300. All these plans are under the small and mid-sized category for organizations with 300 employees and less. If you're more than 300, you can go the enterprise route under large nonprofits. And so under this category on this page that we are on, Business Basic is completely free. Business Standard goes for $3 per user per month, and Business Premium goes for $5 per user per month. So those are the costs that are attached to the plans. For Basic, is there any worry with cloud space? No, actually, no, thank you. That's a very good question. All these plans, whether you are on free or on paid, you get 1 terabyte worth of space in OneDrive for you to store your documents. So there's no compromise when it comes to space. Each and every individual in your organization will get 1 terabyte. And emails is worth 50 GB. With this business plans, but with the enterprise plans, E3 has an unlimited size of emails, so that is unlimited for the enterprise plans. The E3 only, not the E1, but E3 and E5, it's unlimited. You're very welcome, William. Karibu sana. Anthony, are there any plans to scrap Office 365 E1? No, there are no plans to scrap Office 365 E1, but I can just mention that E1, Office 365 E1 was free. Yeah, it used to be free. And then sometime, I think mid last year, Microsoft stopped giving it as a free subscription and started charging it $2 per user per month. So for organizations that were already using E1, they continue to use it for free, even time of renewal in the next 5 years to come, they'll continue to renew existing subscriptions for free, and you're only billed for new licenses. So if you bought licenses, maybe 50 licenses last year, if you got 50 licenses, Office 361 E1, Office 365 E1 licenses for free, you will continue to renew the 50 for free. But if today you decide to take up another 50 Office 361 licenses, you'll be billed for the new 50. So even during time of renewal, you will only renew the first 50 for free and then pay for the new 50 licenses. So a question that might come up is if that was a free subscription and now it is paid, and I mentioned that we are giving a business premium first 10 users for free, will Microsoft later on come back and say that even the 10 free will no longer be free and they'll start charging for them? We do not foresee this happening. They've given us their word because with the new changes in E1, we had quite a lot to say, and Microsoft does listen, and they did assure us that they do not plan on converting any of the current free subscriptions to being a paid subscription. So they've given us their word. So if you go for the business basic, which is currently free for a maximum of 300 users, it will continue being free. If you get business premium, the first 10 licenses will still continue to be free. And also, if you were on E1 previously, and you want new licenses and you do not have an IT budget for that, E1 is very similar to Business Basic, and Business Basic is still free. So you can mix and match the licenses. If you are on E1 and you want more licenses that are a donation, you can consider taking up an additional Business Basic licenses, which are still free. You're welcome, Anthony. Anyone with any more questions, comment, opinion, clarification that you may need?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah, I wanted to ask a question. Okay, I've been following the meeting while a little bit of driving when I've just settled down. I wanted to know about the 2019 office. How do you mention about the 2019 office? Yeah. So are you guys coming to like install it in our PCs? Our laptops, or we will have to download it from somewhere?
Okay, all right. Thank you. Is your name Jose?
No, I'm supposed to be Wasilwa. I don't know why Jose is coming up.
Yeah. I don't know how that happened.
Linked it for me. You know, I asked to link to give me a link because I was driving, and then maybe he did it in his own. I don't know.
Okay, all right. So, but I can still go ahead and answer the question. So right now we are not selling Office. We are not selling Office 2019. We are only selling the latest version, which is Office 2021.
Oh, okay.
So for if you need installation services, we also do charge that depending on the number of licenses that you have procured. So if you do not have any IT person to help with that, you can procure our services and we can engage you on that.
So it's just a matter of us bringing over the laptops and then it can be done at your office, or we request for your technician to come over?
Yes, we can come over. I think
Oh.
we would prefer to come over. If you're in Nairobi, if you're within, we can come. Are you in Nairobi?
Yeah.
Okay. If you're in Nairobi, we can come over. We can send our technician and they can assist you with the installation. Right.
Hello, Ngushi.
Yes, ready.
Hello.
Someone else? Yes. Hello.
Yes. Thank you so much for your presentation. My name is Ahmed Shere. I work with the Defenders Coalition, which is a national coalition of human rights defenders based in Nairobi. We have been enjoying this service for TechSoup free from 2018. Basically, we have a G Suite nonprofit. So what we wanted is we wanted to migrate from G Suite to Microsoft Office. So I wanted to know what the procedure, because already last year we have applied the Microsoft nonprofit, but they have not approved. And I don't know what's the problem. They have not said any problem, but they have not done the approval. So what is the next, how we TechSoup can support on this?
You should have, if you registered last year, you should have received a response by now, because it doesn't take long. It takes, if there are any delays, it takes a maximum of 20 working days. But if we have everything ready with us, because once you register and Microsoft sends us your registration, we reach out to you directly. We ask you for your certificate of registration and your tax document, which you use to validate. So unless maybe that email didn't come through, and it sometimes does go to the spam or junk folder, so most nonprofits also miss out on this, but we'll just have a look at it again and see probably where it is stuck.
Okay, so thank you.
Yeah, and then for migration, it is possible to migrate from G Suite, which is now called, they changed the name to Google Workspace for nonprofit. So it is possible to migrate you from Google Workspace to Microsoft 365. Let me just include our email here.
Oh, good. They told us.
There's someone, we're just requesting you to please mute. Thank you. Let me just include our email address here. Ahmed, you can just write to us with the name of the organization and when you registered on the Microsoft for Nonprofit website, and then we'll review it. It is support@techsoupkenya.or.ke.
Thank you, Ankesh.
Then William, we have the standard tenancy for 300 users and would like to get the 10 users in the enterprise package. How do I activate that? William, can just unmute and clarify if you got the 300 from us, because I doubt it was from TechSoup, because you can get them can get the licenses from directly from TechSoup or from any other Microsoft reseller. So if you got the 300 from a different reseller, the process for you to get the 10 free, I'm assuming when you say the enterprise package, you mean the business premium, the 10 free. We'll just send you a link to accept TechSoup to be your Microsoft Cloud reseller. You can have more than one reseller, Microsoft Cloud reseller in your tenant. So we'll just send you a link to accept TechSoup to be your reseller, and then we'll provision the 10 free licenses for you, and you can go ahead and assign the licenses to the users. So currently you won't see them in your 365 admin center, so you can't activate them. You must get it from a you must get them first from a reseller, and then now you can activate them. You're welcome. Do you have any more questions? Does anyone need any clarification? Just again to reiterate, if you're not ready to go the cloud way as of now, just take advantage of the Office standard offer before they become a paid, before they move to the discounted option where the price will be 3 or 4 times higher. That, I think, will be the end of our webinar. Feel free to write to us at support@techsoupkenya.org.ke if you have any questions. We are also very active on social media, on Instagram, on Facebook, on Twitter, on LinkedIn. You can also reach out to us through those platforms. We also do share a lot of updates on our social media. So just look us up and follow us on our social media sites. But also, I think all of you are in our email marketing database. So whatever we share on social media, we also share with you guys on email. So I don't think you'll be left out in terms of any communication or new products or any changes. We'll keep you up to date. And I think we can go ahead. Okay. Thank you, Marcelina, for that. It seems like you're not in our database. We'll be sure to add you to it. Thank you for your attendance. Thank you for availing yourself today. We really appreciate it. Also, feel free to write to us if you want to visit us in the office. We are located in Nairobi, Kenya, on Gong Road in a building called Morningside Office Park. If you're around, you feel free to visit us. For those in the larger East Africa, because we do support Uganda, Tanzania, Rwanda, Burundi, and Ethiopia from the Kenyan office. We do not have an office in those countries. So if you have any difficulty with your registration on those platforms, we do offer support. We do offer support. If you are having any difficulty with placing the orders, we do offer support. Only difference is that payment, when you make payment in those countries, the payment goes directly to TechSoup US. So if you've made payment and you haven't received your product, you just send us proof of payment and we follow it up for you and we make sure that you get the product. Again, thank you very much and feel free to exit the webinar. Have a lovely day ahead.